Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the first comment on my last anti-MLM video. I was cracking up when I saw it because I'm actually gonna leave it here right now. It's so true. I'm so sorry. My audio sucks and it does sound like I'm reporting from a highway. I laughed way too hard at that comment. For those of you who don't know, I'm all about making fun of myself. That's just how I am. So when I see comments like that, I appreciate them like you have no idea. Which is kind of what brought on the topic that I want to talk about today. And this I guess it's kind of anti-MLM. We'll call it anti-MLM. I wanted to roast my past hunbot self because a lot of people will watch these anti-MLM videos and they won't really listen to whoever is behind the camera because A, they've never been in an MLM before, and you know, these hunbots are just saying, oh, well, you've never been in one so you don't understand, or there's people like me who these hunbots will say, well, you failed because you didn't work hard enough. Bitch, I worked hard enough. I worked my ass off, okay? My blog got pushed to the side because of this business of mine. Let's get into it. I'm going to basically leave pictures or screenshots, whatever, dug up from my old Facebook. And I have all of my notes here because I kind of wanted to talk about each one. So if you see me looking down, that's what it is. So first and foremost, let's take a look at this screenshot. Now, I like to call this the happy face. So basically, you have to put on this persona of, my life is great, I'm living the dream. You know, that was part of it. So you'll see a lot of these girls will be like, oh my God, life is great, oh my God. And like, you know, mouth open like how mine is in that picture. It's so cringy. I look back on these old posts of myself and I'm just like, what was I thinking? When I was actually looking through all these old Facebook posts, I texted my fiance and I was like, hey, how could you possibly let me be one of those people? It's just, you're basically trying to sell a lie. Or for some of the girls that are way up top, they are selling the dream because they are living that dream. But it's a very small percentage of the girls that get to the top. Keep that in mind. The second one that I wanted to talk about was this one. That's just an example of these like inspirational posts that we're supposed to, you know, post on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And it's supposed to be uplifting, yada, yada, yada. Which is fine. I'm all for uplifting and positivity and spreading positivity, all of that nonsense. But when you push it so hard, it becomes annoying. And I actually noticed that I was losing more friends on Facebook than I was actually gaining. And some of those people probably still don't want to talk to me because I was fucking annoying, okay? Let's be real here. I was annoying. Next one, which I will post now. Ecology. In my first anti-MLM video that I actually talked about Ecology and how I found out that it was not good for diabetics. Because of the fact that the carbs and the sugar were so high. Now, just FYI, I'm not a nutritionist, so if my research was wrong, I may be wrong. But from what I did find, it's not good for diabetics. Most of the time, you make your money off of the Shakeology or your downline. Now, Shakeology on auto ship for me as a coach was, I think it was like $120 or $140 a month, something ridiculous like that. You should never spend that kind of money on protein powder, let's be honest. So, you know, they try to really push the Shakeology, really push the Shakeology. And because that's the easiest way to make some extra cash. And one of the uplines that I knew, she actually said that in her challenge groups, which I'll get into the challenge groups a little bit later, but in the challenge groups, she actually said that she wouldn't allow anyone in the challenge group unless they had Shakeology on auto ship or if they were actually drinking the Shakeology. So, which kind of makes sense in the long run for someone who's spending so much time. You want to somehow get paid for that time. So that was basically the only way that you would get paid. So in a sense, even though there's no membership fees for people that sign up, there kind of is if you actually think about it. So they tried to have us compare it and say how it's only so much money a week, or, you know, that it comes out to be just as much as a regular dinner that you would buy, and don't make excuses that it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. Let's be real here. It is a little expensive, okay? Especially if you're on a budget. You never want to put anything like this on your credit card, because trust me, from someone who had $25,000 of just credit card debt along with my $80K of student loans, it's not worth it. Moving on to the next one. Of course, any diet has to be more of a lifestyle change. Otherwise, you know, the word diet just sounds very temporary. You call it a lifestyle change, it's a little more appealing to people. Now, because it sounds more permanent and it sounds more of a challenge, basically. So there was always that whole thing of, you know, make sure that people know that this isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle, it's a diet. I lost a lot of weight on it. So yes, it does work. I will say that yes, it does work, the diet does work, because it teaches you portion control. And for some people, that's what they need. I always need portion control, which is why any diet that I do that is, you know, you have to measure out your food, or, you know, use those containers that you see in the 21-day fix, they actually do work for me, because that's my problem. I have a problem with portion control. That was another thing that we always had to talk about, and it was just so cringy for me to constantly have to say, like, oh, this isn't a diet. I can still have chocolate chips. Girlfriend, but you couldn't sit down and have a bag of family size Ruffle chips and not either A, feel guilty afterwards, or B, feel extremely sick afterwards. So, well, let's just keep it real here, okay? The long ass posts. I'm sure you see almost every single MLM hunbot who writes these extravagant long posts on Facebook or Instagram, and you just can't read through it all because it's like 5 paragraphs long. No one's gonna read through that. That's the thing, is they make you say, you know, write these long posts. They're inspirational. If people really wanna read it, they'll read it, blah, blah, blah. Show of hands. How many of you actually read through those long ass Instagram posts or those long ass Facebook things? Like, I literally cannot get through more than a paragraph because it's literally the same thing from every single girl. I know that they'll say it's not scripted, blah, blah, blah. Let's be real here. It kind of is, okay? It's kind of scripted because you're told what to talk about. So all y'all are the same, okay? Moving on to the food, which I will leave a screenshot here. With the food, as you can see by that picture, not gonna lie, that was pretty delicious. It was a very delicious, healthy freaking snack because I couldn't eat chips or chicken nuggets, dang it, or Taco Bell. But anyway, so, you know, they make you talk about all the food that you're eating, blah, blah, blah. Who wants to see an avocado smushed and rolled up into a cucumber? Really? No one wants to see that. No one wants to see the healthy food when they're sitting there, you know, eating buffalo wings or something like that. Okay? So, that was another thing. I don't know why I shared all my food because it did not look appetizing. It really didn't. Unless you're into the whole healthy eating thing, it didn't look appetizing. Let's be real here. Challenge group announcements. I will leave a screenshot here. Basically, with the challenge groups, you're supposed to make it sound exclusive, and you're supposed to say, oh, you know, I have 2 more spots left available for this group that's starting on, I don't know, November 1st. And they try to make it seem exclusive. It's really not. You can have as many people as you want in the group. It's not that you have 2 more spots available. They do that so that people jump on it real quick. It's all a manipulation tactic, okay? So whenever you see those, there's more room on their team. They're just trying to make it sound like it's something special. It's all a marketing trick. the last screenshot I wanted to share, which is here, are all of my before and after photos. Now, I was really proud of them. So that is something that I actually won't roast myself about, because I feel as though when you post before and after pictures, you show people that it is possible. You show people, whether they sign up with you or not, you show them that it's possible to go from, you know, A to B, or if you're looking at me, A to B. And that's why I wanted to show, I got really big. The before picture that I had, that wasn't even the biggest that I got. I got up to 200 pounds, and that was already at 185. So for me, it was really awkward for me to share that on social media, especially publicly, because if you don't know this, when you're in an MLM, you actually have to set all of your accounts to public. So basically, I'm okay with the before and afters. It's just sometimes when, you know, you're in an MLM and you use it, you know, saying things like making any type of medical claim or anything like that, you know, you can't really do that. I would talk about my personal experience, but I would also say, you know, just so you know, this isn't everyone's experience. Which is basically, you know, what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to kind of roast myself so that these hunbots would understand that I've been there and I am not making fun of you. I don't think you're any less of a person. You're probably a great person, but you just got sucked into the cult mindset of an MLM. And unfortunately, that happens. It happens to the best of people. I just don't support the MLM business model. Don't take it personally. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't really roast myself too hard. I just realized I didn't really roast myself too hard, but I did want to share my video or my screenshots with you guys and just show you that I was one of those delusional people. And if you want to leave any comments below, roasting me, anything like that about the screenshots that I had here, by all means do it. I would love to see what you guys have to say, and I would love to see how many of you think I'm actually, like, that I was actually super delusional. So if y'all want to roast me in the comments with any of the screenshots I shared, go right ahead. And just FYI, I am working on getting a microphone and getting my audio a little bit better. Yeah, sorry about the audio, but this is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye!